It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Broncos tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They motion a receiver left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Now, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
Forced out to his right. Almost an opening drive interception, but that winds up on the ground, incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They send the tight end in motion. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, here's Russ. Looking sideline and caught by Washington. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He connects with the rookie from LSU. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And somehow he manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before going down. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Wilson now from the gun. Diving right side, got it! It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Working inside the red zone. It's taken in by Washington. And this is down all the way to the 3.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Nick Folk now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. The return starts at the 18. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
They bring Thielen in motion right. The drive begins with Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Trying for the deep. Wanted Hill, but it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2. From the 46. Into the hands of Tucker. Complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escapes the pocket. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he winds up with a solid gain down past the 45. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Russ now from the gun. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. No look on his first look of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
On 4th down, Wilson. He finds him beyond the marker. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead. Russ setting to throw. He's on the move. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it sets up 2nd down. Russ is cooking again. Washington, it's complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Third down give to Robinson. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on fourth down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a third and short stop.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Motioning the tight end now. 4th down, Wilson throwing. They connect for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. 7-0 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Ready to go with our second quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. Robinson has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Folk on now to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And that return heads out of bounds. Job well done. It's close to that enemy 35-yard line. First down, ball at the 36. A give right side to Henry. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. Finds a man, Adam Trapley has it. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a one-score game in the first half. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Trey Tucker to return it. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on it. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. 21. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's DeMario Davis. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Tucker now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a counter give to Robinson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 now. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. That stop made by K.J. Britt.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Wilson with it on 1st. Chased out to his right. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, Russ. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. That's got to be caught by Washington. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Wilson on 1st and 10. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Once more, it's Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack. Now
Wilson on 3rd and long. He throws a bullet to this. He's got it. Looks like the feet rebounds too. Oh, I don't believe it. Folk on now to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Return starts from the 16. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Sidney Brown in on that stop. Second down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, McCarthy. On the move, headed right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. McCarthy to throw for it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. He'll get this to Tucker. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. It's taken in by Washington. And he drives this forward to the 6. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Robinson. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Folk with a point after. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Returning in from the 16. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. to throw it. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from 48 on the left hash. Maher connects there, and that'll get him back to 11. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And that return gets a little more than the old touchback, Brock, but a little less than the new one. He's out between the 25 and the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Ross is going to cook here. Finds him over the middle. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That was Darius Williams on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Russ now from the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, it's Wilson. Fits it through the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Another carry for Robinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Now here's Ross. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. On 4th down, Wilson. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, Quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
That throw behind his intended target.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the gun, a run for Henry. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And the Buccaneers clogging up the throwing lanes. We got 6 DBs out there. Third down. He has the first over the middle. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys start the second half with some needed points. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Robinson on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Staying with Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now the give for Bijan. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Ross off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Pass cut, 9-yard line. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Working inside the red zone. And he can't reel it in. Incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Escapes the pocket. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. She's out of bounds.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They bring their tight end left. Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Point after by Folk is up and good. And the Buccaneers push the lead up to 12. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Return starts from the 16. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. First and 10. Here's McCarthy. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's McCarthy, first and 10. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the gun, Henry. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. On play action now, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
This ball's caught by Uzama. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's on the move. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Buccaneers scoop it up. Well, whether they recover that one or not, either way, they were turning the ball over there. But no doubt, probably stings a little bit extra fumbling it away instead of just being stopped short.
It sure does. Because look at the defense. Look at what you just gave them momentum-wise. Not just the ball, but the spirit of those guys knowing, yeah, they not only stuffed you, but they can rip that ball away from you too.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. Going right side, Robinson with it. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
First down throw from Wilson. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Short kick gathered in at the 15. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 38. On target to his man Higgins. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. This one's taken in by Hill. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers take over on his 5th interception of the season. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
And he's able to drive up past the 40. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff now to Robinson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Russ now from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Robinson. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Buccaneers put up even more points in a win. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers continue piling on to this lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had.
Cut at the 20-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Gotta hurry this to the line. Henry is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys get it back to a 19-point deficit. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he's out of bounds, and that's it, Brock, the final play of our game. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as we say so long from Dallas.